Hello Barmy Badger Army, welcome to one of our first ever Switch reviews. Yes, as you may know, Badger Jr. got a Switch for Christmas, which we saved up for all year, which was insane. But a big thank you to you guys and your support for allowing us and your contribution to doing that for us. So thank you very much, guys. It was much appreciated. Now, let's start with the review. Now, it's insane. The elephant in the room is massive. Now, this was all over Reddit. People were talking about it constantly, and it is a big problem with the game, or should I say was. Now, first off, when we first got Cluedo, we tried the online multiplayer because, we wanted it to be a family game and we wanted to be able to all play it together, okay? So, what happened was it took us all day and it was bugged as anything and didn't work at all, just constantly crashed, wouldn't recognise the passwords, wouldn't recognise the room numbers, wouldn't recognise anything, kept throwing us out, all this sort of stuff. And it was really annoying, as you could probably guess. But eventually, for some reason, the next day, it started to work. Huzzah! Apparently Marmalade, I believe the company's called, did a hotfix update and mostly it seems fine now. When I say mostly, there are some teething bugs. So, we have had an absolute blast with this. Me, the boss, and Badger Jr. have absolutely loved it. Now that the fixes are sorted out and everything's okay, it's fantastic. It really is interesting. And, it's, for me, is easier to play than the Cluedo as a board game. Not that I don't love that, but it's easier and a bit more well-defined and a bit more turn-taking, is all sort of laid out properly. And there's less faff, of course. When you're trying to minimalise, having lots of bulky boxes about is tougher. So having it on the Switch is a great idea. So like I was saying, now that the annoying thing has gone out of the way and they've done the update, it's fantastic. It really is. And there's a wide variety of different characters to pick that are in the original, such as Professor Plum and all that sort of thing, and Colonel Mustard. And there's a wide variety of new characters, especially with the season pass, which was a steal at £5, because no doubt they're going to add more stuff in. There's Sherlock Holmes, there's Moriarty, there's different costumes to do with all the different characters. Even Green has like a Frankenstein one, and White has got like a ghostly spook type character, and of course Scarlet is a vampire, and there's lots of different costumes for all the different characters, and there's a wide variety of extra characters in the season pass, and even in the normal edition, there was quite a lot of costumes and things like that to be added in, which was really good. So I was really happy about that. On a budget side of things, there is quite a good budget. I think we paid for like £11 for it eventually, which was quite a good deal, really, if you think about it. And I think the season pass was £5. So it's not too bad, especially when you think originally it was £20, £30, and probably the season pass was at least £10 as well. So there's a lot of good deals there, and there was a lot of good value, in my opinion. If you're a fan of Cluedo, it is really good. And it's a shame that they didn't fix it on time, because I think the reputation of the game's been tarnished a tiny bit, which is a shame, because the app pretty much works okay. It's a bog standard app. There's not many bells and whistles. I'm hoping for an update to the app. The game, definitely basic in some ways, but like I said, there is all you need. There's the super hints, there's the move buttons, there's the glamorous locations in the boards. There's a wide variety of different boards. I think if you get the special edition and the season pass, there's about 10 different boards you can use. There's a wide variety of different characters as well, and the AI is fairly good. We've only played it on easy so far, and even that's a challenge if you're new to it. So I feel, you do get your money's worth out of it. I think it cost about £16 all told with the season pass, and it has been really worth it. There are some downsides, like we say, the multiplayer can be buggy, but mostly they've fixed that now. I'm yet to play an online game properly. I know the boss has, and she had quite a good experience. The AI on the single player seems quite fun as well. And to be honest, we enjoyed the single player mode even when it was bugging out before, so we had no choice but to leave the multiplayer alone and do the single player. Now, I was this close to phoning up Nintendo support and asking for a refund. So I'm really pleased that they fixed it. Some of my favourite characters to play as are, of course, Moriarty, Sherlock Holmes, and, some of the other characters such as Professor Plum, White, and Scarlet. They seem to have some of the really good costumes. And Green has got, like I mentioned before, the Frankenstein costume, so that's pretty fun. One thing I will obviously mention as well is the wide variety of different weapons and the wide variety of different murders that can happen. Obviously, depending on where the set you pick, there's loads of different rooms to choose from. The Hollywood set is rather good and quite glamorous, and the weapons in each different one are really good. The Vampire Castle weapons are really fun because you've got stake and you've got torch and all sorts of different things. There's a wide variety, poison, knife, all these different wide variety of different things, velvet rope, and some of the weaponry can get quite eccentric that the murders happen with, like in the Western one. You can apparently lop somebody over the head with a golden nugget. So, there's all these different things. And also, I'd like to mention about another thing that obviously you might not have guessed. Now, Badger Jr. loves video games. He loves playing out and doing all this stuff, getting fresh air as well, of course. And I love it when games embed things. Now, if you might think, what are you on about? Cluedo doesn't embed anything. It does. There's a maths in there, which is very interesting, and it helps his brain, which is great, and it helps me keep ticking over as well. And there's a lot of decision making and reasoning and deduction in there, my dear friends. So if you think this is actually quite a good game for not really young minds, but obviously ones that are trying to develop and are interested in locations and things like that. And I find it quite interesting that it's helping him develop his reasoning and deduction skills. And it helps me keep sharp as well, because I haven't played Cluedo properly for years. So this is the first time I got cracking on and really enjoyed it. Obviously, I used to play it when I was a kid, and I've always wanted to play it more, so now I'm really pleased that Badger Jr. and the boss are playing it as well, yeah. I did own the Big Bang Theory version of the board game, but I don't have the classic one, which is a shame, and now this is a way to access the classic version with all the cool different locations and all the original characters. Apparently, there is a DVD board game version, and I would have loved to have seen some of the clips from that in the Switch version, but they've obviously decided to keep it to the old school board game. Now, if they were to do a sequel or a second version, I would hope for some funky old school FMV scenes of murders and things like that. Wouldn't that be cool? Let me know what you think. Would you have liked to have seen some Clue live action cheese in with the board game, or were you happy with it just being spared down and being sort of more board game-esque? I think an FMV of Cluedo would be fun. Maybe I'm the only person there alive thinking that. I don't know. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Would you like to see an FMV Cluedo murder mystery? I think it'd be a hoot. Especially with all the different wide varieties of all the different murders and stupid, silly, campy mystery that could happen. I think that would be a great direction for the series. Your thoughts? Now, I would say Cluedo on the Switch, bugs in the multiplayer aside, I would give it a good solid 8 out of 10 for variety, fun, and embedded learning and essential, fun, old school multiplayer stuff. Now, like I was saying, some people might have said that they want to use the controller, and I've seen somebody else say that. Now, the problem with using the controller is everyone else will see your thing, and you can't go, shut your eyes, everyone. So you would need a separate switch and a separate screen in order to have like the controls yourself. The mobile app is good, but I digress because I'm waffling now. So I would say a good solid 8 out of 10, apart from some of the bugbears, like you have to, wake the screen up every now and again. And of course, sometimes the multiplayer can be a bit glitchy. For fun, for frolics, for family entertainment, for good embedded reasoning and multiplication and decision making, it's got to be a good one. And it's got that classic old school feel. But I'd love some FMV. I'd say a good solid 8 out of 10. And I'm probably the only person that will say it's a good game. But trust me, it is. If you ignore all the problems, it's great. Thanks very much for watching. Look after yourselves. Keep safe. Keep well. Much love, everyone. I'll see you in the next vlog, video, or stream. Don't forget to check any content you may have missed, as it really does help the show. And a big shout out to all of my members, supporters, and all you guys are epic. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.